Hello and welcome to this quick take video on generating a Vivado HLS Pcore for use in Xilinx Platform Studio. In this quick take video, we'll demonstrate how your Vivado HLS design can be synthesized and packaged for use with Xilinx Platform Studio. We'll first review the export RTL formats, explaining how the device targeted for synthesis and the Vivado HLS license influence the export process. We'll then demonstrate how to export the RTL IP for use in Xilinx Platform Studio, showing where the IP package is stored. Finally, we'll show how to use logic synthesis from within Vivado HLS to evaluate the IP. In Vivado HLS, the RTL can be exported as IP in three different formats. IP exact format for use with the Vivado design suite, system generator format for use with system generator for DSP, and Pcore format for use with the Xilinx Embedded Design Kit, or EDK. The export formats are determined by the device technology used for high-level synthesis and by the type of a Vivado HLS license. First, let's review the type of Vivado HLS licenses. Vivado HLS is provided with one of two licenses, the HLS license or the Vivado _HLS license. The HLS license is provided to users of Vivado System Edition. This license supports high-level synthesis to all devices supported by the Vivado Design Suite. The Vivado _HLS license is provided to users who buy Vivado HLS as a standalone option. This license supports all devices supported by ISE. With the licensing fully explained, we can review the export RTL device summary. This table shows which devices can be exported with each of the Vivado HLS licenses. IP exact format can be used to export any 7 series device to the Vivado design suite. This works with all types of license, and RTL synthesis will be performed by the Vivado design suite. Similarly, system generator format can be used to export 7 series devices. Again, this is independent of the type of license, and RTL synthesis will be performed by the Vivado design suite. Finally, Pcore format is supported for Zinc devices when using the Vivado System Edition and the HLS license. If Vivado HLS was purchased as a standalone option, the Vivado _HLS license allows all technologies supported by ISE to be exported in Pcore format as IP. In all cases, Pcore format is synthesized by ISE. In this quick take video, we'll demonstrate how designs can be exported to Xilinx Platform Studio. This requires we export using the Pcore format. For users of Vivado System Edition using the HLS license, Pcore format can be used for Zinc devices. For users who have purchased Vivado HLS as a standalone option and are using the Vivado _HLS license, all devices supported by ISE can be targeted for synthesis and exported. In all cases, Pcore IP is synthesized to gates using the XISE logic synthesis. Now let's see how this is performed. Vivado HLS invokes showing the welcome screen. For this example, we'll start by creating a project from one of the examples provided with Vivado HLS. Clicking on the Browse Example link opens a list of these. Here we'll select one of the examples. Then selecting Next provides options on where to save the project. Once we provide the path, selecting Finish will open this project. We can create an RTL design to export by pressing the Synthesis button. Once synthesis has completed, we can proceed to export the RTL as an IP block for Xilinx Platform Studio. The Export RTL button on the toolbar can be used to open the Export RTL dialog box. To export to Xilinx Platform Studio, we must export the design in Pcore format. The identification option allows us to add user-specific information to the IP block. For this example, we'll leave the default data in place. We'll discuss the evaluate option later in this quick take video. Selecting OK will cause Vivado HLS to create the IP block. When the IP generation process completes, a new folder with the implementation results will be visible in the Project Explorer. Inside this, there are 3 directories. A folder named Pcore, which contains the RTL in Pcore format. This is where the IP package is saved. And we also have a Verilog and VHDL folder, which contains an additional copy of the RTL. Before explaining how to import the package into Xilinx Platform Studio, let's explain these Verilog and VHDL directories. Let's return to explain the evaluate option. The results reported by Vivado HLS are estimates. At this level of abstraction, since logic synthesis and place and route have yet to be performed, there can only be estimations of the final timing and area. However, before releasing the IP block, it may be useful to verify these estimates. The evaluate option provides an easy way to confirm these results. It allows RTL synthesis to be executed from within Vivado HLS. Selecting evaluate will launch RTL synthesis as soon as the export RTL process completes. If you remember from the table shown earlier in this video, the RTL synthesis used depends on the format being exported. Vivado HLS will automatically invoke the correct synthesis tool. Note, for Vivado HLS to perform logic synthesis, the path to the logic synthesis tool must be in the system search path. For this example, we'll leave the HDL as Verilog. We'll start the IP export process, and logic synthesis will proceed. When logic synthesis completes, the results of the RTL synthesis are shown in the console, and the report opens automatically in the information pane. This report can also be opened using the Open Report toolbar button. Here we can see the timing and area after logic synthesis are acceptable. It meets the clock period, and if we examine the report from high-level synthesis, we can see the area is similar. Finally, if we examine the implementation directory, we can see that the Verilog directory now contains the results of RTL synthesis. This Verilog directory is not part of the exported IP. These gate-level results are only used to evaluate the IP. The IP contains only the RTL. Finally, let's discuss how this RTL IP can be imported into Xilinx Platform Studio. Simply copy the IP directory from the Pcore directory created by the export RTL process to the Pcore directory of the Xilinx Platform Studio project. From within the Xilinx Platform Studio project, the IP will be listed under Project Local Cores. If the IP block is not listed under Project Local Cores, use the menu Project, Rescan Local Repository to manually update the local Pcore information. This completes this video on generating Vivado HLS Pcore for use in Xilinx Platform Studio, and thank you for your time.